Wendy, welcome. Today I have a really fun card for you, I hope. I've never, well, I think I've done this once or twice before, but I'm going to just be really honest. I'm making this card from scratch with never making it before. So most of the time my video process is I make a card first, not on video with you, so I know how it's going to turn out, and then from there I recreate that card for you. So I know everything there is to know how it's going to work. Well, I don't on this one. I created the background for it, which is beautiful. I love how it turned out. And I'm just going to show you really quick. I have this cool, it's kind of like a piece of tile or plastic. It's plastic. And it came in a gift that a friend gave me. And she gave me a bunch of watercolor stuff. So this is actually called like a watercolor board. So it's just a plastic board, and I took, I used Bermuda Bay and Island Indigo and Night of Navy, and I opened them up, and I turned them upside down and just wiped ink in 3 different spots. So I did Night of Navy first, then I squeezed out Island Indigo, and then at the bottom I put Bermuda Bay. And then I sprayed the board with water, and I flipped the paper over and stuck it down onto the board after I had sprayed it with water. And I did it at a little bit of a tilt so that the inks would run together. And this is what I ended up with, and I really love it. So I have to tell you that this card is inspired by Christina Werner. She did a really cool shaker card that was a big giant shaker card filled with fun stuff for her dad for Father's Day. And I loved it because it was like a fish aquarium. And so I'm not making an aquarium, but I'm doing this for my daughter because she loves fish and the ocean and water. And so I have a little slit, a little pocket thing hanging on her bedroom door that's her mailbox, and I haven't put any mail in there in a while, and she's really starting to get annoyed with me that I've slacked off on giving her mail. So I'm making this card for her. She's gone right now, and she spent the night at her grandma's, and then I'll put it in her envelope so she has it when she comes home. So let me get started, and like I said, I've never made this before, and so we're just gonna see how it goes together, because this could be a disaster or not. Either way, I'm gonna roll with it. I'm not gonna edit this video or redo it. This is it. You're gonna get what you get. So I have this By the Tide stamp set, and I really wanted a more kiddie, children's whimsical stamp set for this, but Stampin' Up! Doesn't have one, and I don't really own much in other stamp sets. Most of what I own in other stamp sets are like sentiments and stuff. So I don't have a lot of other stuff, and so this is what we're using. So I'm using Versamark ink to ink up this seaweed because I really want some cool seaweed down here at the bottom of my oh man, I forgot to use the embossing buddy. Shoot. So I'm going to go ahead and put powder on this, and hopefully it doesn't stick everywhere. Just so you know, I watercolored this watercolor paper like 2 days ago, and it's been sitting. So it's really dry and really flat because it's just been sitting around. Ooh, I love that. That's going to be so cool. Okay. So let's go ahead and heat set this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I have this all heat set, and I really love how it contrasts really pretty in that dark blue. So I'm going to get this stuff out of the way. And then I'm going to work on doing some stamping with my other stuff. So let me get, I need... right above me here, I've got a piece of Whisper White. Alright, so I have my white, and I think I'm just going to stamp in Stays On ink because I'm going to color in these fish. Oh, this is a brand new Stays On pad. Let's not use that one just yet. Actually, you know what? Do I need to ink it? Create sides? No, I don't. I don't think I do. I think it's inked. Yeah. Okay, so we'll just use this brand new one. So this is Jet Black Stays On. And I'm just gonna stamp this guy, and that's a beautiful stamped image. So now I have to say that I know for sure the reason my other Stays On is not working is because it's not inked enough. I kept putting ink in it, but it never seemed inky enough to me. So, alright, and then I'm going to do a couple. You know, this says do not discard. You're supposed to leave these over the ink pad. I'll be honest, I always throw this away. So maybe that's why my other Stays On doesn't stay inky. If you guys could leave me a comment and let me know, that'd be awesome. Okay, and then I think I'm going to do a couple of fish. So, or what are those called? Seahorses. Okay. So if I had Copics, I would use Copics for this. I don't have enough Copics. I only have like yellow, green, and purple. But I did order some and they are coming. So if I had Copics, I would use those. But since I don't, I'm going to use my Stampin' Right markers because I think I could still make some pretty cool looking fish with those. So I want to use orange because it is opposite on the color wheel from blue. So these are really going to stand out in the card. So I'm just using Stampin' Right markers to color this in with Tangerine Tango. And then I think I'm going to use, maybe what color could we make? We'll make one of them yellow. So I'm using Crushed Curry for this guy. She's really going to love this. She's going to think this is so fun. Every time I make a shaker card, she says, "Mommy, would you make me a shaker card?" And I always say, "Yeah, I will." And then I don't. I know, I'm horrible. It's not because I don't want to, I just kind of lose track, right? So she's going to be super excited about this. So I'm kind of making this a dark orange at the top, and then I'm going to use pumpkin pie also. I think I'm going to color his face pumpkin pie. So he's real orangey. And then, what is this color? I don't even know all my colors. What is this color? Oh, this is Tangelo Twist. Let's add Tangelo Twist down here at the bottom. Alright, so I've got some different colors there on my fishies. So I'm going to go ahead and hand cut these out. And I will be back with you when I'm done. I've got everything cut out, and so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going around the edges of my little cutouts here and coloring them. The video that I've attached here. And these are I'm going to show you really quick. Aren't these cute? I've put together the make and take packets for August. And I made everybody has a little cute sticker. I love it. I'm super excited. I can't wait to mail these. So if you want to be part of Stamp Lovers Club, there's still time. So make sure that you sign up. Alright, so we're going to finish this card off. And I don't know if I told you that this is cut at 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And what I've done is I have a big roll of adhesive. And what I'm going to do is I cut it all down in just strips. Okay, I have to bring this closer to me. I'm going to zoom out. And the way my camera is, it's kind of far from where I am. So in order for me to see over it, I either have to put my head in the camera or I have to pull stuff almost off of the film with you guys. I mean, pull the project off camera. So there's my inside of my card. Now we have to add the sequins and the little stuff I cut out. So I have my fishies. I think I'm going to adhere this fish down so that he doesn't move around, because I don't want him moving. I want him to stay up there. Let me zoom back in. Sorry. Okay, so I had Macy, my daughter, sit and pull sequins off of our rolls of sequins. We have rolls of sequins that come like this. I'll show you. It's hooked onto on a roll, but they come like this. Really pretty. So I had her pull them off. So I've got some of these sequins here. So these are from Stampin' Up. I don't want to do too many. Yeah. Come back in there, guy. And then I have these ones, and I have the link on my blog to where I got these. But these have like beads, and there's lots of pretties in there. And then I think I'm going to add a little iridescent glitter now that I'm looking at this. So let me go get that. Alright, here's the glitter. This is Stampin' Up! Glitter. Isn't that pretty? And I have this little tip for you. These little spoons from Baskin & Robbins, these are their taster spoons. They work great for this. So, glitter. Everybody loves glitter. And this will kind of look like sand too. So that's fun. Let me get the lid back on that. This glitter is really pretty. It's super fine, so you gotta be really careful with it. Okay, now for my lid to close it all up. And I see I've got a sequin right here. So I had to knock that guy back in. Gotta be really careful, otherwise you're gonna have a big mess. Okay, so now I am carefully covering. Yay, I did it! Oh my gosh, she's gonna lose her mind over this, I can tell you right now. She's gonna love this. Okay, so there's that part. So now I need to put it on a card base and make a frame for the top of it, because obviously it can't look like that. So let me grab a card base. I should have adhered this down first. It will. The lessons you learn, right? So this is our Whisper White extra thick cardstock. It's 100-pound weight. And then I'm just going to add adhesive all across the back. I'm doing a lot. I do not want this coming apart. And I'm just going to, ooh, I need to trim that off. I'm going to lay this down right on top. I think I have glitter. I might have glitter escaping. I think I do. Okay, so when you use glitter, you better make sure that the corners are tight, because I think I have glitter escaping. Oh well, okay. So now to create the frame for the top, I am just going to use my Stampin' trimmer. And I'm just using Whisper White, the extra thick. And I'm going to cut it at a little bit over 3 3/4 because the shaker frame's 3 3/4. So I'm going to cut it just a little over 3 3/4. This is the longest video ever known to man. Sorry guys. And then just a little bit over 5 inches. Then I have to cut out the center. So I'm thinking if I cut about a 1/2 inch. So I need to start at a 1/2 inch mark here on my blade and go down a 1/2 inch. Then turn it, line it up at the 1/2 inch mark again. Line it up at the 1/2 inch mark here on my tool, and then I want to go a 1/2 inch away. I think that's about right. And 1/2 inch. And then line it up again at the 1/2 inch mark. And cut. You can make frames lots of different ways. You could use framelits so that you just layer them inside of each other, or you can do what I just did. They're not very hard to make. So now I'm just trimming out the corners that didn't quite, come on you stinker. So I'm sitting here thinking while I'm doing this, how can I seal up those little spots that I did not get sealed on my shaker? And I'm thinking the only way to do that is going to be, because see, this now will go over the top to finish everything off, which is going to look really nice. So, yep, see, glitter's coming out. Shoot, 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 shoot. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take glue. This is the only thing I can think of, and I'm going to jam it inside there. I'm sure you guys probably have a better idea. Somebody does. But this is all I can think of. So see, it actually just filled in that gap. So I think that's going to work. And I've got one up here. And I'm really just jamming it in there and squeezing the glue. And I think that's going to be the trick to sealing it. So that should just dry, and then hopefully all will be right with the world. Okay, let me move this. Thank goodness I'm giving this to a 6-year-old. My first attempt here. It's not so bad, actually. I have to say, I'm not terribly disappointed. I wish I had a different stamp set, I'll be honest. I wish I would have had a little bit more kitty, whimsy, fishy type. Okay, I'm just going to move this around until I get it the way I want it. I think that's going to work. And then I just glued that down. So that's it. It's really pretty, I think. Where's my other seahorse? There he is. He's trapped. Come on, seahorse. He's like trapped in there. Down at the bottom. Come loose. One of the beads is smushing him. There we go. Now he's loose. now the other one's trapped. So maybe I needed to make my shaker a little thicker, because I do see a lot of the stuff getting kind of trapped. But I really love how it turned out. I think it's gorgeous, don't you? And I might put a sentiment over it, but I don't think so. I'll probably just stamp a sentiment on the inside. So thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'm sorry it's such a long video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.